lot of good college football this weekend at Des. Who do you think will be the biggest difference maker in the CFP?
That's a really good question. When I look at the Peach Bowl, I'm looking at Ohio State's defense. Now, Jim Knowles is a first-year defensive coordinator in Columbus, and throughout the season, we talked a lot about him and how he was going to change Ohio State's defense and how much better they were. And then going into the game a month ago against Michigan, we were told that the reason that Jim Knowles was brought to Columbus was specifically for that Michigan game. And things just didn't go well for the Buckeyes in that defense. But now is an opportunity for Jim Knowles and the Buckeyes defense to show that maybe they're a lot better than what they showed the last time they took the field against the Michigan Wolverines, especially going up against Stetson Bennett, the #1 team in the country, and the Georgia Bulldogs. If they can come out and play a high-spirited game and defensively and get some stops, then I think especially their fan base will start to look at, okay, Jim Knowles and this defense a little differently. But if they don't, then it's going to be a long offseason for Ryan Day and Jim Knowles.
I think it's got to be Ohio State's best player, Marvin Harrison Jr., who it's just wild to think about. This guy's not even eligible for the draft until 2024, and he was the best receiver in college football this year. And anybody who tells you that the Jackson, Smith, and Jigba injury is going to affect this team, they haven't been watching Ohio State football this year. They have 2,000-yard receivers in his absence. Yes, he hasn't played since October 27th, but that really hasn't seemed to bother what this offense can do. And C.J. Stroud is the name. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best player on this Ohio State offense. And the thing is, when they face Georgia, they're going to be facing a similar defense like the one that they faced the last time they played football in November, which was Michigan. I mean, let's not forget. I know that they laid an egg in the second half of this game, but C.J. Stroud still threw for 347 yards and completed nearly 65% of his passes. He did all right in that game. If you can keep your foot on the gas, something they didn't do coming out of halftime. And to Dez's point, a lot of that falls on the game plan they had defensively and not expecting J.J. McCarthy and someone not named Blake Corum because he wasn't playing in the second half to beat you. You got to keep your foot on the gas offensively, and I think that comes out with, making a big statement with your best player.
I got to go with Max Duggan because if you think about the team that people question should be in the tournament is TCU. They're the biggest underdog, and he's going to have to put this team on his back and play with the same type of emotion that he's played with all season. He's going to have to be effective with his legs and be pinpoint accurate. He's going to have to make some plays, right? So I think he's going to have to step up and be able to will his team to victory. He's the heart and soul of this team. He sets the tone. And they're going to have to follow, but it's going to be a massive upset if they can go in and deal with the physicality of Michigan football.
You mentioned him being the heart and soul of the team. His head coach, Sonny Dykes, said he's definitely the leader and the reason that they're in the CFP right now. Des, we know what we're getting this weekend in the matchups, but what do you think the most exciting final matchup would be?
I think the most exciting matchup would be #1 versus #2, Michigan versus Georgia. I think that people, we saw Michigan versus Ohio State. I don't know if, a lot of people want to see that again. I just think it's much more exciting to see Michigan against Georgia, especially since these two, they met a year ago in the semifinal game in the Orange Bowl, and Georgia just rolled Michigan. And now you have these two teams on the collision course to meet again. You look at the style of play. You look at the quarterbacks. Obviously, Stetson Bennett, he was a Heisman finalist. He's been so consistent. And you look at Michigan's quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, young quarterback. You look at the running game, right? It was all Blake Corum early in the season and Donovan Edwards. But then when they needed him the most, J.J. McCarthy, he was able to hit the vertical throw. I mean, just getting the ball down the field. We knew he had the arm talent, but they were always just like this close from missing those long shots, those deep balls. And then everything clicked against Ohio State, and it continued against Purdue. So I would say that Michigan versus Georgia is the game that most people would like to see.
Courtney?
I really want to see the rematch of the game in the national championship. I mean, think about that. It's not just a rivalry game anymore. It's the rivalry game on the biggest stage in college football. And we've only seen this happen. Rivals face off for a national championship one other time, at least in this era, and that was when Alabama faced LSU. Both were #1 and 2. I believe that was 2011. And Alabama got out, that was just a rout. They got out to a 21-0 start, and the game was over by halftime. But gosh, everything for all the chips, and Ohio State has been sitting at home for the last month stewing about the fact that they gave up 28 points to Michigan in the second half of this game. I want to see it for a number of reasons, not only because I think that draws intrigue from the casual fan base, not the diehard college football fans. This is like, it's David and Goliath. It's any sort of like axiom that you want to put in there, like for rivals facing off for all of the chips. But it'll also be a way to kind of, level the playing field here and also figure out, like, Jim Harbaugh, this would be the next box that he has to check off, in beating Ohio State at this level. Of course, he'd be doing that by winning a playoff game first to get to the national championship. But what would it say about Ryan Day's future at Ohio State beyond this season? What would it say about Jim Knowles' future at Ohio State beyond this season if Ohio State gets to the national championship game and loses again? Second time in 2 months to its rival. I think that all of the storylines, gosh, we can do a whole week of First Take about that. That'd be just perfect for college football and all of the intrigue and the eyeballs that would be on its product.
Likewise. I'm right with that, the rematch. Des, I'm from Detroit, so I'm pulling from Michigan, but you know how much we hate the Ohio State and their whole entire fan base. That's the best story going on. Urban Meyer's handed him the keys to the Ferrari, and you look at Ryan Day, now his questions about is he the future of this program, because he's going to be on a hot seat next year, not because he's only lost 5 games. He's won 45-5, but it's because he lost to Michigan. That's the cardinal sin. And the intrigue, the anticipation, the buildup, the fan bases, the storylines, the history. I think it's good for football, and it also means that Ohio State upset the team that says they don't get hunted in Georgia. So I think it just causes for 4 teams or 3 teams that we can count on in the near future to be on a collision course. A rivalry only becomes a rivalry when you take something from somebody. So if Ohio State takes something from Georgia, but then Michigan or Ohio State takes something from each other, it's just going to bring bad blood into the playoff system next year, and that whole offseason is going to be about that narrative.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.